Welcome to the 6th Annual Patient-Centered Approach to Cancer Clinical Trials Conference. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our wonderful sponsors who year after year support this innovative conference dedicated to patient centricity in cancer trials. Without your support, neither this conference nor the work that we do throughout the year in patient centricity would be possible. Our patient-centered approach to clinical trials, or PACT committee, works throughout the year on patient-centered issues in relation to cancer trials. And every year, we're fortunate enough to highlight some of this work that we've done during the past year and provide deeper insights on the issues important to patients, while highlighting some of the work we will be doing in the coming year. These conferences continue to act as a catalyst for collaboration between clinical trial stakeholders, including patients, patient groups and researchers, clinical trial networks, industry regulators, and health technology agencies, as well as many others in the broader healthcare ecosystem. As you may have noted from the tagline for this conference, this year's theme is about disruption and innovation in clinical trials and cancer care. But first and foremost, it's about patients. And in between our presentations, patients take center stage. And you'll hear from some amazing patients highlighting their exceptional life stories and how they have been impacted by participating in clinical trials. During the course of the next 2 days, we will hear from inspiring keynote speakers and learn from leading experts about innovations in everything from patient advocacy, the use of data, new clinical trial designs, health technology assessment, trial navigation, and much more, all with a focus on patient empowerment. We hope you'll be inspired by the presentations and that you'll join together with us in further developing our patient-centered approach to clinical trials, as well as the introduction of exciting new innovations in trials. Thank you for being with us today and enjoy the conference. And now I'd like to hand it off to Anne-Marie Wright, our conference moderator, who will accompany us throughout the next 2 days. Anne-Marie?
Thank you, Barry. I am again very honored to be facilitating Colorectal Cancer Canada's 6th Annual Patient-Centered Approach to Clinical Trials Conference. I'm Anne-Marie Wright, President of Element Strategy, a boutique healthcare advisory. It's extraordinary to me that this conference continues to bring together all cancer ecosystem stakeholders to mutually and collaboratively define and expand patient and patient group engagement in the clinical trial process. Because of this, much progress has been made. Each year, the goal of this conference has been to bring together fresh and global thinking, ideas, and leaders to the table to share their vision on the innovations and disruptions in cancer care, where patients take center stage. This year is no different, and we are excited to welcome an international roster of experts to share their work. I am also thrilled to share that this year we welcome 2 incredible patient advocates to the conference who will share their perspectives on their cancer experience, including the value of clinical trials. You can hear Gordon and Jay in pre-recorded sessions that will be played throughout the 2 days. I'm confident that you'll be inspired by their very meaningful and honest comments. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our audience and to help you navigate our 2 half-day conference and the virtual platform that we're on. By now, all of us have been deeply experienced with virtual platforms and online conferences. Because we've secured an international roster of speakers across various different time zones, many of our sessions are actually pre-recorded. This means that you might notice different backgrounds or other things that you would not commonly see in a live session. I trust that all of you are okay with that and you'll take these things in your stride. So I want to share with you now some really interesting numbers and data around our audience. This year is a record number of participants for the 6th annual conference, and we thank the community for joining us. Here is a picture of the audience. Sorry, I'm just having some trouble advancing the slide here. There we go. Thank you so much to our technical team in the background. We've got representation from pharma, biotechnology, both patient group and patients themselves, clinical trial networks, academic institutions, etc. This has been one of the cornerstones of this conference in that we've pulled together a very diverse and important audience. Also, interestingly enough, many, and the power of virtual platforms, as we know, is that we can bring people from the global stage to this conference. And in fact, we're bringing and welcoming folks from Belgium, France, USA, Serbia, South Africa, Spain, and the UK. And it's also interesting to note that about half of our audience are new to this conference. Again, I think speaking to the fact that being able to share our work globally is bringing more and more people who are interested in the subject matter to these conferences. This is a picture of the home screen of the platform. And if I start you on the right hand of the screen, you'll see that we have a list of speaker biologs. We have the agenda. If you need help in any way, our team behind the scenes is there too. You can access them simply by clicking on that help desk. There's an ability to go to the live sessions. There's also an ability to go to the exhibit hall. And I'm going to share with you a picture of the exhibit hall in a moment. This is the screen where you're going to see most of the presentations occurring. And the most important button that I want you to, there's in fact two important buttons that I want you to be aware of. One is the question button, which you'll see in the top right-hand side, as well as the chat button. We welcome any and all comments, and we're really quite excited to have your questions as part of the live Q&A, which will be occurring throughout this conference. Here is a picture of the exhibit hall. We thank the many, many sponsors who make this conference possible. Please, we encourage you to just simply click on one of the logos that you see there, and there's a lot of very relevant content and important information related to this conference sitting behind all of those logos. One more thank you to our wonderful sponsors who are actual participants in this conference in many ways as well. So without further ado, I'm going to pass you over to our keynote speaker who will launch our conference, Jan Geisler, the CEO of Padvocates.